Am I on? Hey, this is Johnny Beane, and I'm live 2:43 p.m. 8/12/17. It's my daily vlog every day in August. I'm doing this along with Savvy Says. Ugh, can we start over? SavvySexySocial.com. There's a calendar of topics that I can follow if I want. Um, maybe I'll do that today. Possibly. Well, it's in the title of the video. Maybe I should. Maybe it's a good idea. There we go. Hello, Leanne. Leanne is in here. Stefan, hello again, Johnny. Yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, I was live on Instagram for a few minutes, a little earlier ago. Um, basically, showing off the chickens, filling up their water bowls, that whole thing. It was a lot of fun. If you missed it, it's gone because a live video on Instagram, it's live, and then once you're done, it's done. Let's see. Humbucker Lover is in here. Look at this. Hello, man. John Constantine. Hey, dude. Keith. Hey there, Mr. Bean. I was just watching Fender Friday and you went live. Yeah, I'm always I think there's how when a TV show goes into syndication, it's always being watched like somewhere in the world, you know? That's kind of what YouTube is, these videos. You do a video and you basically you it's like if you do them every day, you like I was actually wondering. If you joined me on Instagram, you would have heard what I was when I was talking to who was in there. Leanne was in there, I think. Stefan was in there. Shannon was in there. Who else? Joe Wentz was in there. Who else was in there? Dan. All these people were in there. And I was telling them, I was debating whether to do this video or not. Well, I mean, just soon, like right now, because I know we did a video last night, and I figured people are still watching that. And Kenneth, you just proved me right there. Kenneth, how far through the video are you? Last night's video. What number are you on? What I think we did like an hour and a half somewhere. Maybe. But anyway, it's my daily vlog, daily whatever you want to call this stuff. And there was a couple things I was gonna talk about really quickly. Hey, BB Ninja, hey man. Happy Straturday. Is that what you call it? Stratocaster? Saturday? Is it Straturday? Kenneth says he's at the 21-minute mark on last night's video. 24 seconds. Mully had just joined. Uh-oh. Look out. It's cool. It's cool. It was fun. It was fun, Pris, I'm behind. I missed a few. I have to catch up. That's cool. Very cool. Anyway, really quickly, I was about to make something to drink before I sat down over here, and basically I poured something. I'm not gonna say what. And all of a sudden there was these little like brown pieces like floated to the top of my cup, and I'm looking at this and I'm like what's that, so I went and I got a Q-tip and I took it out of the let's say this is the cup. I mean, this is just water. I took the Q-tip and I got the little pieces out, and I'm looking at them. I got a flashlight. I'm like, what is this? No idea, no clue what it was. I mean, I had an idea what it was, and I was hoping that was not what I thought it was. But so I'm looking around by the dishes, where we keep the cups and everything. Hey, Joe Wentz is here. Hey, man. Mully's wigs are awesome, Leanne says. Yeah, yeah. If you remember last night, well, I don't want to ruin it for you, Kenneth. Um, Molly pulled out some wigs. Um, what kind of drink? A soda, basically. Somewhat, sort of. A carbonated drink, let's just say. It's carbonated. Carbonation. And so anyway, I see these little brown pieces float to the top of it, and I'm like, what is that? You know, so I'm looking around. I was ready just to pour the whole thing out, and then I think I realized what it was. I have these, I like to drink Tazo tea. I've said this, a million times on here. I accidentally bought these. Now, these things, they take a machine, apparently. You put it in the machine somehow. We don't have this machine. You can hear that. So it's basically a bunch of little tea leaves in there or something, right? Something like that. So we don't have that machine. So to make my tea from this, basically I have to open it up and do something else, without the machine. But I finally hopefully figured out that those little brown things that were in my drink were from this. The tea from these things, the tea leaves, they get all over the place. It's not just like a tea bag where you put it in and it's fine. You know, yeah. So I'm certain this is what was in my the top of my drink. Yeah, Tazo. Yeah, yeah. It's like a machine. It's like a K cup pods. Ugh, that's a scary word. Yeah, to use in the brewery. So you have to have a certain brewer for this, apparently. So anyway, that's what that was. Very exciting. I know. So basically, I went for the water. If ever in doubt, just pour a nice glass of water. Hey, Adam. Hey, BB Ninja. Hey, man. So yes. So there was that. Um, yeah, 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 yeah. You have little grounds in the bottom of your cup. It's it's uh it's wild. Oh, Leanne, you have one of those? One of these things, the machine or whatever? Yeah, I imagine if you spill one of those little cups, it gets all over the place. And I think I'm blurry. Thanks a lot, Tazo. I know my lighting sucks. I know that. I'm gonna get the lighting in here totally fixed up very soon. You know, I might have to get some lighting, professional lighting deal. So I'm lit correctly because I can't take the lighting in here. Yeah. So there was that. But anyway, I don't know. But as far as the vlog here, the video, who puts a smile on your face is the topic. That's the topic on the calendar for Savvy Sexy Social vlog every day. Um, and I could say I've probably answered this probably 2 or 3 times in the past. The same question because it's almost the same question every year or every April and August or whatever it is. Hmm. So I've probably answered this, and I can't. Who knows what I said before? Although the video it'd be on the channel here, so you could definitely look it up. Johnny, when is the last time you had coffee? Probably maybe last week, maybe. Hey, Bozique. Yeah, I'm. Hey, Daniel Hall is in here. Hey, man. Um, I I used to drink coffee all the time. Years ago. Actually, probably decades ago. I used to smoke. I don't smoke anymore. I've quit. What this time around? How many years has it been? since 2011, maybe. How many years is that? I think that's the last time I smoked. I've quit for years, years at a time. I quit for 8 years one time. I quit for 5 years another time. You know. Um, but yeah, when I used to smoke, I would drink coffee. You know, it's a great combination. Uh, anyway, huh? So I do drink coffee. I really don't. I really don't. Just once in a while. Once in a while. Well, Zeke, that's funny, Johnny. I was watching an old Dennis Leary comedy bit about how much he loves smoking. RMG 471. I like smoking. I'll admit it. It's not good for you. Every time I quit, I'm not convinced that'll be the last time. You can always do it later. You know, if you have to quit something for a while, just think to yourself, you can always do it next time. Do it later. And when you smoke, when you quit, your body heals up, right? I guess it takes so many years or whatever we learned in a school in health class or whatever. Um, yeah, that's the way I look at it. Smoke for a while, quit, let your body heal back up, start again, like brand new. Does it work that way? I don't know. I'm not sure. But currently, I'm not smoking. It's been about 5 years. I feel fine. Feel great. I would say the urge to smoke, it never quite goes away. It's always there. Like every time after I eat, I kind of cough a little bit. And that's you know your body saying, "Hey, give me a cigarette." Um, um, although here in California, if you smoke, your people look at you. I mean, you can't smoke anywhere around here. When I go up to Walnut Creek, actually, I'll be up there on Monday. I'll be just to let you guys know. I'll be up in Walnut Creek on Monday. So there will be a video for the vlog, but there won't be a regular Nesdal crazy time video. Um, when I go up to Walnut Creek, there's actually signs downtown that say no smoking anywhere in downtown, and it's a big downtown area. It's a big. I mean, it's not a huge city, but it's big enough. Joe, got a light, Johnny? I need better lighting for this. I definitely do. Hey, if anybody, feel free to send me a lamp. Thank you for the retweet, Sheila. Retweeted yesterday's vlog. I don't think she's watching this. Sheila, if you happen to jump in here, let me know on Twitter. She's a huge, huge fan of Howie's. Huge fan. Loves Howie. Bozik is asking if I'm in a band or something up in Walnut Creek. Currently, I am not up in Walnut Creek. I am part of a band. Hey, Connor. Hey, G. Is it Bushoff? What's up, man? Leanne says Trey loves Howie. Cool, very cool. No, I'm not in a band in Walnut Creek. I was when I used to live up there. I am part of a band in Oakland currently, but we only play like once every I don't know how many months. Not enough, not nearly enough. So that's just a side thing. That's not a main thing, and it's not my own music. It's somebody else's music. If you guys know of those Oscar awards viewing parties that we play every year, some of you probably saw on. I had a live stream going on my my Periscope feed on on one of my Twitter accounts. Real Johnny Beane. If you want to follow that on Twitter. Um, Joe, I remember you were watching. You were watching when we did the live thing from that. Wait a minute, what Strat is that back? You guys are just now noticing this? Yeah, that's my Strat. You guys have seen it. You guys have seen that. A friend of mine built it. It's a custom thing. It's cool. It's very cool. I sat it back there because it's Saturday. A lot of guitar players like to celebrate Stratter. Is it Stratter Day? Is that how you pronounce it? Something like that? Maybe. Um, but anyway, so the question of the day is who puts a smile on your face? Who do you I don't know. Maybe what do they do that makes you smile, I guess? I know it's kind of a lame I don't know if it's a lame question in this crowd. It's just it was on the calendar, you know. I could say this guy puts a smile on my face. He's a comedian, singer. David Liebehart from the Tim and Eric Awesome Show Great Job program. Saw him play in Santa Cruz. He did a live show. It was all he sings, he dances, he does puppets. It's insanity. Joe, I think you would dig him. Joe, do you know about Tim and Eric? But look up David Liebehart. He makes me laugh. He makes me smile. You guys all make me smile. You know, I have a great time talking to you guys on here. You know, it's almost like I'm talking to myself, but not. Sort of. Howie always puts a smile on my face every day. I can hear him right now. He's taking a nap. I can hear him sleeping right there. Kenneth says my boxer Lemmy, his dog Lemmy, puts a smile on his face no matter how early I get up for work. If you guys were watching, if you guys were watching me on Instagram, just when was that? 20 minutes ago? Half an hour ago? Live on Instagram? I was showing off the rooster was crowing nonstop, and so whoever was in there watching, I'm like, this is proof. Roosters, they crow all day long. Some people think they just crow in the morning and that's it. No, it's all day. It's every day. Every day. Mostly it's kind of a guard dog kind of thing, I think. You know, if they hear a strange sound, they'll crow. Basically warning them or whatever. Something like that. Daniel Hall, thank you very much, man. I'm glad I can put a smile on anybody's faces, you guys who you enjoy. You enjoy this stuff? Even just seeing you in that beret would make me smile. I know. I know. Pascal, are you awake? He wants to see me in that beret. Maybe I'll wear it up to Walnut Creek when I go Monday. I'll wear that. Maybe I'll do that. Walk around downtown Walnut Creek in a beret. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Getting all kinds of retweets and everything here. Wow. Yes. So anyway, just chilling out. Thought I'd tell you guys about my tea story, which I'm still kind of freaked out about, but I think it's okay. I'm 95% positive it was the tea from these that was in my cup. 94% positive. RMG 471. You want to jump in here real quick? How do I find you? You didn't unfriend me on Facebook again, did you? I don't even know. I don't even know. I've got so many people on Facebook. Real quick. We might have to bounce at some point shortly, but hey, RMG, if you want to jump in. Let's see. How do we do that? Which really quickly. I'm trying to find you. Man, I've got so many. Nope, it's not in there. See you, Joe. All right, I might lag here for a second. There might be some lagging because I'm opening up a different browser here, and it likes to warn me about stuff. Let's see, Facebook. BB Ninja, you sent me a request on Facebook? I get so many requests. It's insane. What's your real name? Well, you don't have to tell me. Give me like an initial, like your initials, because I have a feeling that's not your name on Facebook. What's your first and last initial, and maybe I'll figure out who you are. Okay, okay, Ryan. There you are. All right, I got you, Ryan. All right, real quick, jump in, quick. I'm not sure when we'll have to bounce. Probably at some point. Oh, I'm gonna have to put these on too. I won't be able to hear you. Looks like RMG 471 is gonna jump in real quickly. Maybe. Explained in the message on Facebook. BB Ninja. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I'm looking. Wait. I'm trying to find BV Ninja on Facebook real quick while we're waiting for RMG 471. I'm laughing at myself. You see how easy it is for me to laugh at myself. I'm always cracking myself. I put a smile on my face every day. I'm always laughing. All right, I got you here, man. That's you? All right, I just confirmed you. BV. I just confirmed you on Facebook. So now you have free access to thumbs down all of my pictures and everything you want to do. Hey, man. Is this RMG? Maybe.
Can you hear me, Johnny?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
They can hear me, but I can't hear them.
Uh-oh. I think everybody else can hear me. Hello? Somebody. Hey, can you hear me? Maybe if I scream.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. I can hear you.
Now I got you. You got me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're good now.
Is this somebody?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man.
What's going on, John?
You got the same problem I do with the bright window next to you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, let me see if I can take care of that a little bit. Look like an alien here.
You're a little easier to see though than I am. You know, I've got this terrible lamp here that's just awful.
What are you trying to say?
Lighting me, you know. You must have like a. It looks like you've got some bright light in front of you.
Not in front of me, just the monitor.
Your screen, probably. Yeah. Because my monitor is actually quite a ways away on my desk here. It's like I don't know if I could even point to it. It's like this far away.
Yeah, about an arm's length.
Oh, it's more than that. Like if I sat back like I should, I still can't reach it. It's like there. Yeah. So I don't get any lighting from that.
Mine's about 3 feet, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on today, John? How are you?
Oh, man, just
what is this? Straturday? Happy Straturday?
Doing my thing. Straturday, I think that's what they call it. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, hashtag.
Yep.
You know, if you do the Twitters and all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw Mully on your
Instagram.
On your broadcast yesterday talking about that Clapton Strat.
Yeah.
It's got me thinking about one of those. I love that mid boost circuit in that guitar.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think his is up for auction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what the deal is. Maybe.
Might have to check that out. I got to get the chat open. I'm completely unprepared here.
You know, what was he saying though? His is he's gonna list the Metallica sticker and the guitar comes with it.
That's right. It's an $800 Metallica sticker.
Yeah.
Free guitar.
Yeah. Oh, that's
there.
funny.
We go. Now I can see the chat. Sorry if I was ignoring anybody there.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, we were out on the town a little bit ago. Just got back and saw you were broadcasting, so I sent you a message. You said you were going to be in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly.
Some of it.
Yeah. Well, if you get over Illinois, Indiana area, if you're up in Minnesota or wherever you said you were going to be, that's going to be tough. But if you're in Illinois, Indiana, maybe we can get together.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. I think as far as I'm going, it is Minnesota, somewhere.
That's north.
Somewhere around there, I think. That's north?
Yeah, that's like 10 hours from me.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's north.
Yeah, still not totally sure of the route, you know. But we'll see. And of course, I'll be doing videos every day, and I'll keep everybody up to date, you know, where I am.
Yeah. What happened with Nesdal and those guys? Who's the Pete? They were going to Pete's house. Who's Pete?
You know, Pete.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't. I guess
nobody can pronounce his last name, so I can't tell you who he is. Pete. He's an old friend of Dave's.
Okay.
He's a Van Halen just nut.
Yeah, 5150 East.
Like all those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he calls his basement 5150 East. And if you're on Facebook and if you're in all those, you know, Van Halen pages, I'm sure you'll see him posting pictures of his rig and videos of his band playing. you know,
Hmm.
and all that kind of stuff. Um, he's cool. Actually, he's been on these videos a few times. We've talked to him, you know.
Okay. All right.
I think he got a new guitar one time. He got a new Wolfgang or something. Or was it a Wolfgang? Maybe I think it was a Wolfgang, and then I think he was on again another time. He got what was it? I think it was a Stripe series, maybe. I think he got a Stripe series, and he was showing it off. If you go back on the channel a little ways, you know, a few months or whatever.
Yeah.
He's a cool dude, though. He's cool, and yeah, they were going to go visit him yesterday, do some jamming, some pool party, surf and turf, whatever you want to call it. Have a good time. A good
Surf,
time.
is that what they call it now? Surf and turf?
Well, because they apparently they were going to have like steak and lobster and all like the shrimp. You know, I mean that's a plate. You call it. It's called surf and turf, where it's like
Yeah.
is it steak and lobster?
Steak and lobster. Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy Ka is in here. What's up, dude? Oh, you just typed. Yeah. Hey, man. What's going on? RMG471 says.
Yeah. Who's that guy?
Jimmy? Oh, you?
No. Yeah.
I have no idea who you are, man.
Yeah. Me either. Half the time. You know, I tell you, I've had a heck of a day today. I've been doing a lot of research on. Do you use PCs or Apple, like the MacBook stuff? What do you use there?
My main computer is a PC.
Okay.
So I use Windows. I've got another computer here that's some sort of PC. You know, it's all You know,
All PC for you.
I'm totally PC, you guys. Let me just tell you this. You know, but I also have, you know, the iPad. I've got iPhone. You know, so I use all of it. But as far as like a computer desktop MacBook thing, I don't use.
Yeah, I keep getting encouraged to start a channel, and I keep thinking if I'm going to do that, it seems like everybody that does all the really nice production stuff uses a Mac.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been researching.
What are you trying to say?
Yeah, Freudian slip there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, I know I look terrible right now. It's the lighting. It's not the computer. It's just the light, and it's just the it's the eclipse, man. The eclipse is ruining my
Blame
program.
Blame the sun.
Mm-hmm. And just to let you guys know, when that eclipse happens, just to let you know, it's cool, I guess, but it's a serious thing. Do not look at it. I don't know how many people know that or whatever. You know, it's almost like looking straight at the sun. It takes 5 seconds, and you can go blind. And I'm halfway not. I mean, I'm trying to be serious, but
we should talk about that for a second because it's Monday.
It's on Monday.
It's Monday. And I've done no preparation. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. I know in my lifetime, I think one of these has happened before, but it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So is that, don't look at it? I mean, that's really.
You have to wear special glasses to actually look. Like right? Do you guys know what I'm saying? It's a serious thing. It's almost like looking straight at the sun or something. I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Well, can you wear Oakleys, or is it like you've got to have some scientific, like, you got to have some goggles on or something?
You got to have some special goggles to actually really look at it. Although I think there's some what do you call them? Exploratoriums? Is that the word? You know, there's certain areas you can go to with the telescopes and all that, where they have the special glasses where you can actually look at it. Special UV glasses.
UV glasses, Daniel Hall says.
Yeah. But yeah, they've been talking about that on the radio though. They had like a specialist on there. I was listening the other day, and they were saying basically, you can't look straight at the sun anyway. But if you did, looking at this would be like an easier way to do it. Just without anything, you look at it, and you can actually cause some serious damage to your eyes if you actually look straight at it. I think.
Simon says the moon goes in front of the sun, but you are looking at the sun, which is a bad idea for eyesight. Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to look at it. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Do not look at it. If you want to look at it, you can get special glasses. You can go to your local science exploratorium or whatever you call it, you know.
Yeah.
And they probably have like viewing parties where you can actually look at it with special lenses and stuff.
Let's see, Leanne.
Yeah, I know. I heard about that. Rescheduled. Yeah. Actually, I'll be on the road. I mean, if it's Monday, I'll be up in Walnut Creek. So
I'll be at work. Yeah, I'm just going to walk outside of the building and not look at it, I guess.
Yeah.
I'll have to find some of these glasses. That's I think somebody in the chat just said it hasn't happened for 99 years, this kind of eclipse.
Uh-huh.
Oh, there's Molly.
Hey, man. Molly says he's seen a total eclipse. Trust me, if you... Huh? Molly, how old are you, 101?
In Japanese years.
If you don't have the glasses or the pinhole thingy, you'll never know the difference. For some people, it just gets dark. I think it just turns into like nighttime for like a few minutes and then goes back. I think is what it is. Depends on where you are. I heard what the best place to see it is up in the northwest, something like that. And look at this. It looks like I'm having the eclipse because look at my lighting.
Yeah.
Compared to yours, you know.
Mine's I've just got blinds on this window. I just shut the blinds, but it's still, you can't hardly tell. It just looks like a blazing white light right there.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to get some sort of better lighting for this thing.
Leanne says it'll be 3 minutes.
Wow.
Hey Molly, what's the best deal you can give a friend of Johnny Beane on that Metallica sticker?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. He said he's looking. I think he's digging your sticker.
Yeah, I like that sticker. Only one made. $8.50 for the sticker. Will you throw in the guitar for free?
It'd be funny if you actually took the sticker off and
yeah,
that's what you got.
Yeah,
it's all roll crumpled up.
He says total eclipses happen all the time. The only thing is they usually happen where people can't see them, like over the middle of the ocean.
Wow. Man.
As Johnny Carson would say, I did not know that.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Man, I don't know what it's going to look like to me. I mean, I don't know. I'm always wearing shades all the time.
Yeah.
I've got sensitive like you see pictures of me all the time. I'm always wearing those shades, right? I know I'll be wearing those, you know, if it's during the day. That's what I'll be wearing, but man. Yeah. So what were you asking before the? Oh, you said you were looking to do a to start making the videos or do a.
Oh yeah, we were talking about the Mac. Yeah, and they can certainly be expensive. You know, that's one part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the new ones, they all have the new USB Type-C, they call it, and everything that you have that hooks up to USB doesn't fit that. So you have to get these dongles. So you have this really nice looking laptop with these big white dongles sticking off the side of it to adapt like hard drives and things to it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it it was just really I did a lot of research, and I just ultimately decided to stick with I have a pretty nice PC setup here, so I think I'm going to try to find software for it if I do the channel thing. I've been trying to figure out what I would want to do, if I were to do one, because there's so many people that do reviews on gear, and things. I think these things are fun. The hangout, the live stuff is what I seem to enjoy more than watching a pedal review or something like that. Although those are useful if that's what you need. But
they're useful. I mean, they're the quicker they are, the easier they are, the better. Because people, I mean, doing something like this, people enjoy it for the live aspect of it. Like you're sitting here, we got what, 22 people, sitting here, they're talking in the chat room here, having a great time.
Yep.
What, 3 people are getting teeth pulled today? Huh? Oh no, Pris says we'll have had 3 teeth pulled. Okay. I'm used to those comments from those guys talking about these things,
Yeah.
Luckily, we don't have any yet. Yeah, these things are a lot of fun. If you do the review stuff, if you do like lessons, because I've done a lot of guitar lessons. That's something I started doing on this channel years ago. Did a lot of Eddie tricks and stuff, and people want you to get right to the point. You start the video, hey, this is so and so, and this is a great movie. It's awesome. All right, goodbye. They want a video to be that quick, basically. Or this pedal, this does this, that, and that. Sounds like this.
It'd take me that long just to get started.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends on what you're doing. It depends whether you're doing a review, if you're doing a lesson, if you're doing something like this. Doing stuff like this, it can be more relaxed, but at the same time, you have to be entertaining.
Yeah,
I mean, you have to keep a pace. Go back and watch some of these videos on this channel, like a year ago, and you'll see the pace is totally different. I don't sound the same. I sound different on those. I'm much more relaxed and not even knowing what I'm doing.
Steve Anderson's here.
Hey, Steve. But yeah, you just, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid to share my idea with everybody here. My thing was, what I seem to really like watching, or like when they do those, some of the YouTubers in this community, they call it the summits, the YouTuber summits, where they just do a hangout, but it's like, it's Pixie Licks and Tone King and In the Blues and Philip McKnight and all those guys, and they all get in the room at the same time and they talk about a broad topic. And I thought it would be cool to, sort of play the role of like, moderator and, come up with topics and have shows. But see, it's not exactly what Tone Talk does, because they're usually talking to someone who owns or runs a company, some sort of entrepreneur or an actual artist. I was thinking this would be more like dealing with the people who review just getting different opinions. I don't know. I thought it might be an interesting thing to try.
It sounds like you want to be a moderator.
Yeah, well, not so much a moderator, but I know that's the word I used. But
is it mediator? What's the word?
Yeah.
What do you call it? Speaking of eclipses, yeah, meteor.
Yeah, meteor. Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you guys have the live thing covered very well. Shane's pedal demos. Philip McKnight does his Q&A sessions. Tone King does reviews and amps. Pixie does reviews and the software simulation could do some Kemper stuff. I don't know. I feel like it's hard to find like real world examples. It's always like people in the studio using it. I don't find as many like, you're going to go play a gig. Here's a way you could set it up type videos, because it's mostly used as the studio tool for the people that are on YouTube, I think. So.
But you can play gigs with it though too.
Oh sure, yeah. Rather than like here, I run into those monitors, but you could easily just, rather than going into those monitors, go into a PA, a mixer. So
make a video like that. Make a video showing how you use it.
Yeah.
That's
my thing is, it's not really so much that I want to do it. I think everybody enjoys hanging out, like you said. I mean, I think a lot of the fun of your show is not only the show, but also the community of people that are consistently there every show. That's what's impressive about what you guys do. It's the same, there's new people coming in, I've noticed lately for sure, but there's also a group of dedicated people that have been there for a long time, which says a lot, I mean, they send you stuff. The last time I saw a video, you did like 3 unboxings on one day. That was all, people sending you stuff. That's really cool.
Yeah, I was blown away by that, man. I thought it was a mistake. They give you go to the PO box, and if it was a box, they give you like a key for a locker, and you open a locker, and there's something like sitting there, like and there was like 3 packages, and I look, and they were all addressed, to me, and of course I recognized the names, but it was like, wow, I don't know if it was a coincidence that everybody's package showed up at the same time or whatever, but just just to get stuff like that.
Yeah, BV Ninja's right. He said a lot of major musicians use the Kemper Live. He's absolutely correct. You just don't see those people making the videos, or at least I haven't seen them. For me, it's usually like Pete Thorne and who are some of the other guys, like Michael Britt, the guys that make the profiles and sell them. These are all studio guys. For me, I actually unhook the thing from back here, and I put it in a carrying case, and I take it with me. And I go play places with it. So I don't know. That might be a little niche type of thing. I don't know. It was just something I've been kind of batting around for a long time. I never thought I would ever even be interested in doing anything, but I have a good time doing this stuff with you guys. So rather than jumping on and dominating your conversation, I thought I could, start my own thing. But whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, man, I mean, yeah, you're always welcome here. I mean,
cool. Well, I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I could be the next Joe Wentz,
Yeah, the next Nesdall, maybe. I was thinking you were saying you wanted to be a mediator. Is that the word? Is that the word?
Well, it would be cool to get like you and
I was gonna say you could keep Dave and I apart, basically.
Yeah, we'll get like you, Phil, Eric Broadbent. I'm trying to think who else in the community would make sense. Maybe this Chris Hubbard guy that I've now become aware of since these videos have happened. And get all those people in a hangout, right? And then have one topic that we're going to generally discuss, but of course it's going to go a million different directions. But basically, like have a theme, because everybody's going to have a different take on whatever that topic is.
Yeah. Actually, we've actually done a lot of stuff like that. And go back on the channel like a year here, you'll actually come across a lot of videos like that with all those same people, basically talking about like, hey, we're going to talk about this tea. What do you think about this? And we go around the room and everybody basically talks about what they think about this. But it's the same thing where you just have to keep control. You got too many. If you get too many people in a room like this, it can just be, we could use the mediator or whatever it is, to keep everybody in line, because you get too many people and people are talking over each other. You can't hear anybody. when Google Plus actually started doing these hangouts back in, what was it, 2011, something like
Yeah.
that. I jumped onto a few back in the day. Jumped in with like Satriani and Michael
Oh,
Anthony, and
really?
yeah, look at this channel, you'll see them. Go back, however many years that is. Um, you'll see a bunch of those videos. Um, but they would have like 15 people sitting here, and you'd have to go one by one. And hey, okay, hey, Ryan, what do you think about, or what's your question or whatever? And then they would talk, and then they would jump out, and then somebody else would jump in.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like people just like talking back and forth, kind of like what this kind of is. But again, that's one of the reasons why we keep it to like, hey, it's Johnny, Dave, and Rob, or it's Johnny. We only keep like a few people at a time.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think
it can get kind of crazy. It can get kind of.
Yeah. Well, it's like not only with your show, your and Dave's show, but Philip McKnight, or you go back 5-6 years, Scott Grove, he had videos out there. He's relatively controversial, but that's not the point. The point is, it's not that I turn it on and sit there and watch it for an hour or an hour and a half, or the other night we went like 3 hours. I have that on in the background while I'm doing other things, and I'm listening to it almost as if it were a podcast, but I'm not just glued to the television, So
Yeah.
I just think I think it's a good use of the medium, because frankly, it's a lot more interesting than what's on television a lot of the times.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like this is like TV. This is basically TV, a movie, and radio all rolled into one deal.
Yeah. And the cool thing is, if you're in the chat, you can interact.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Actually, I'm helping somebody with some of their videos right now, helping them, and they actually want like graphics, and like text on the screen and all this stuff. And I'm trying to explain to them, well, not most people probably, if it's just like speaking, it'll be pre-recorded speaking, and it'll be like text on the screen of what they're saying, basically. And I'm trying to explain to them, well, not everybody's going to be sitting there reading along on that stuff. Most people will just listen to it.
Yeah. I'll turn it on. I'll even turn it on in my car. It's got the Bluetooth, like a lot of cars have nowadays,
mm-hmm.
and just throw it in the passenger seat and listen to it while I'm rolling down the highway.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's what Joe Wentz does when he's driving around.
That's what Joe does. We discovered Philip McKnight. That's what he did before we actually met. He said he would always listen to us in his car as he's driving, And so that's kind of like also what I'm saying, how you got to keep the pace going, because it's not only, I know we're super great looking and you guys love looking at us, but a lot of people, they just listen, So it doesn't matter what you're doing on the screen, but if you keep the pace up of the conversation and the yapping and the whatever it is.
Yeah, well, and I think that it takes a certain personality to be able to do that, because you just sort of have to keep rolling.
That's the other thing too, is you have to have a personality for this, which I never had.
Yeah, you said that, and I was shocked, because you said, like you talked about. I saw one time you were talking about like stage fright. You were answering somebody about stage fright and how to get over stage fright and all that sort of stuff. And you shared how it used to be a problem for you, or I don't know, maybe it still is, but that this was a medium to sort of help you expose yourself to that type of thing.
That's why I started doing these. That's why I started doing this stuff. Was to not, I guess, to get over the stage fright, or to be able to talk to somebody like this, or just to talk. If a lot of you guys know me in person, you'll know that I don't talk that much in real life. If we're hanging out, if we have something to talk about, great. But most of the time, I'm not really what you guys see sitting here, you know. Although maybe I am,
Yeah,
you
but
know.
you can see where for somebody like me, who obviously we've never met, all I know of you is sitting behind a microphone with a hat on and a pair of headphones, talking for 2.5 hours at a time. So, I mean, you can see where it would be surprising for me that you feel like that's not a strength of yours, because to me, that is your strength. You know, it's just it's a perspective.
Yeah. Well, that's something I'm realizing too, doing these things, you know, doing this kind of thing, building, I guess, building an audience. You know, we got 30 people sitting here, you know,
Yeah.
doing something like this. It's I don't know. It amazes me that anybody would actually tune into this. You know, I'm shocked. I'm totally shocked. And they you know, some of you guys send me DVDs and T-shirts and all that. It's just it's amazing. You
Yeah.
know, it's
I have to say real quick before we go any further, Showman Blues is asking about your Stratocaster.
yeah. Yeah. That's a it's a custom. It's not a Fender, although it may be Fender licensed parts. A friend of mine built this guitar back in 1996 somewhere, and I was playing bass. I was. This is funny. I live in Santa Cruz now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody here is like surf band, surf music, a lot of it. I was living up in this town called El Cerrito, up in speaking of that sticker that you might get, man, Metallica, they lived in El Cerrito, actually. But 10 years before I lived there, they all lived in a small house called the Metallica Mansion. And basically, a friend of mine, I was playing bass in his surf band, and he basically he brought this guitar to band practice one day. It's like, Johnny, check this out. I'll give you a good deal on those. And he had put it together. You know, he's built, this friend of mine. He's built a lot of guitars for the guy from REM. Is it Peter Buck? Maybe. He built guitars
Yeah.
for him. He built guitars. I remember the Green Day guys were all over his guitars at one point years ago.
Yeah, I imagine, because Billy Joe always played that Strat looking guitar, but it had that Invader, that Duncan Invader pickup in the bridge.
The blue one, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Another friend of mine gave him that guitar.
No kidding.
Actually, yeah, this another friend of mine. Actually, he used to teach him lessons. He was the original. He taught Billy and Mike, the bass player. He taught them both how to play when they were kids, and then he actually this friend of mine. His name is George. He um he sold him that guitar, that blue guitar with
Yeah.
all the stickers on it. And
Yeah.
I was saying a little while ago on one of these things that within the Green Day community, they make replicas of that guitar as well,
Oh, really?
and they call it a Frankenstein. Is what they call it. Yeah.
He played that guitar at Woodstock '94.
Woodstock '94. Real quick, man. I was working in a shop in Berkeley, and Mike came in. If you watch the footage of that, Mike Dirnt, he's playing a Kramer bass with the metal, the fork
Yeah.
headstock.
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Was
friend
that
of mine.
the aluminum
Yeah,
neck deal?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was there when he had that, when he picked up that bass. He got that from a shop that I was working at. A friend of mine basically customized that bass for him. If you look, it has green knobs on it. I was there when I was standing right there. Mike was standing here. I was standing there when the owner of the shop pulls the drawer, takes the green knobs out, and says, "Here, put those on." So if you look at that bass, you'll see it has green knobs. And I remember he played that bass for that, and then he came back. I think I think he broke the bass or something. He came back to have it refixed after that. And we were telling, and this is days before the internet. This was, mid
Yeah.
90s is when
Yeah.
this was, 94. And he comes in and he's telling us, he's like, "Oh yeah, it was crazy." He was telling us how he got tackled because there was like a mud fight that broke out apparently.
Yes. Yeah.
And
Yep.
he got some teeth knocked out.
Really.
Like a security guard tackled him, not knowing he was part of the band or something, he was telling us. And so said it was craziness. Um, So anyway, so another friend of mine fixed the bass for him, and then eventually, I guess he gave the bass to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland. That's where it is now. I saw a picture of it
Probably still has mud on it.
online. Yeah, and it still has those green knobs that I was there when they put
Yeah.
those on.
Yeah, see, that's cool. You don't get a lot of stories like that out of Indiana. We can claim what Showman Blues. He's a fellow Indiana Hoosier. We got John Mellencamp.
Yeah.
I think a guy just south of where I'm at. They grew up just south of where I'm at. Played saxophone for the Rolling Stones through the '80s and '90s. But nothing like, yeah, I was there when this specific guitar, that's a pretty cool story that you get, living out in California, especially in that time period. I mean, that was, I think it's probably different today is my point. If you were 25 years, or 22 years old, same scene, same place, I don't know that Green Day is coming through there these days. I don't know. You tell me. I don't know what it's like out
there. There's bands here and there, but the '90s really was a special period for the scene in Berkeley, San Francisco. I mean, Seattle, of course. With the with late '80s, early '90s, with Nirvana and everybody who came out of Seattle.
Yep.
But it was right after that. It was right after the Seattle scene is where the Bay Area scene took off, and there were so many bands that came out. There's a band called Counting Crows.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you've heard of.
Yep.
Green Day, of course, and my family. We actually go way back with those guys. Way back where my sisters. I've got sisters. Then you guys don't know this, but yeah, they my sisters used to go to Billy's birthday parties back then. Their friends used to be in their music videos, so I can tell you, if you watch Geek Stink Breath, the music video of the guy sitting in the dentist chair, I was introduced to that guy at a movie theater one time in Oakland. My sister's like, "Oh, he was in that video," all these friends of my sisters were in all their videos. They'd go to parties with those guys all the time. And then, so my sisters would be hanging out with the guys, another band called Rancid, same deal. I don't know if you know of Rancid.
Yep.
The guy, Tim Armstrong.
Yeah.
He actually used to take care of my sister. I had a sister that was kind of homeless for a while out on the streets of Berkeley. Tim used to actually take care of her, crazy stories. But so we go back long ways with all those guys, and it's cool. It's cool, and you wouldn't know that. You wouldn't think any of that looking at me now, because I don't, I'm sitting here talking about Van Halen.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many bands that came out of the scene here, and I know. I either personally know members of a lot of these national groups that you guys know of, or I know a friend of a friend of a friend, or it's a very, very, it's a small community, but at the same time, it's a big deal, because a lot of these bands, they're huge. I mean, some of them at least, Green Day. I mean, they're huge now, but I can tell you all the times where I would drive down the street and I'd realize I was behind Billy in traffic, Same with Sammy. I was behind Sammy Hagar one time. He was in I think a Porsche. I just happened to see his face in the mirror. I'm like, wow, he's right in front of me. And once we got on the freeway, he was gone. Mm-hmm. He was out of there in that thing.
Well, he can't drive 55.
Oh yeah. Because that's the minimum.
Oh yeah. Do you guys have minimum speed limits out there on those highways?
Yeah. It went to 65, I think, and that was one of the things when they changed it from 55 to 65. Sammy actually did a photo op, changing the sign over. He had like the orange vest on, and he was up on a pole, actually changing the number. I remember they did that. Yeah. But no, there's another band I was going to say real quick. Third Eye Blind.
Oh yeah, that's
You,
Jacob Dylan, right? Bob's son.
no, no,
That's the Wallflowers. The Wallflowers.
that's Wallflowers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, Third Eye Blind. They're from out here, and I'm friends with the original bass player. I don't know if you guys know the story, if you guys follow them at all, but the lead singer basically, once they got success, the lead singer basically fired the entire band and got all different guys.
Oh really?
And so the original band, the original actual guitar player, bass player, drummer, they're doing their own thing now called, what is it? XEB is their name. And they're actually covering Third Eye Blind music, but they're the original band, so they actually wrote all that music. But they're touring. They're doing all that stuff now. They play around here. I think they're touring the country. But the bass player for that band, he's been a friend for several years, and we've actually hung out with Jason Becker together. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, you were there not too long ago.
Mm-hmm. What, 2 weeks, 3 weeks?
Yeah, something like that.
His birthday, whenever his birthday was.
Yeah, that music from the '90s takes a lot of flack because that was when you were still talking about going from these virtuosic guitar players back into Green Day. 4 power chords.
Mm-hmm. The truth is though, Billy, he can actually play. He can actually play like all that stuff. It's just within the Green Day thing, that was the thing, that's what he did. But he would come into the shop and he would pick up a guitar and I'd come out, I'd hear somebody playing the Rolling Stones, I remember I came out from the back because I was a tech at the time. I fixed the electric guitars and stuff. And I remember coming out and hearing somebody playing some Rolling Stones song and I look and it's Billy, And I remember that's when I remember thinking, wow, that guy can actually play. He's not just doing just the power chord thing.
Yeah, right.
And I remember him saying that one of his first he was inspired to get into music after seeing Van Halen in concert. Believe it or not.
You don't hear it. You don't hear it in the songs at all.
No. Well, that's cool. To me, that's cool. To me, if you can be into like different things and then come out with your own style, your own thing or whatever, where you're not like a total, I don't want to say rip off, but you don't want to do too much of one thing.
Right.
Even though he's doing the punk thing or whatever they call it, he's got his own brand of music now. You hear, they could release a brand new song on the radio, turn on before he even starts singing. Oh, that's Green Day. Or once he starts singing, oh, I know who that is. They've got that sound. They turned into their own thing.
They really changed their sound around 2009, 2008. It's whenever that American Idiot album came out.
Yeah.
From there forward, it really changed to me. It sounds a lot more produced. It's a little less raw than like what Dookie was or something like that.
Yeah.
I love that album. That was, when I was in like grade school, only the cool kids had that CD,
Uh-huh.
It was, so I didn't have it, but, it's, I learned a lot when I first started learning how to play. I learned, 3 or 4 Green Day tunes from that '90s era. I can remember that being like, okay, well, you mean if I play these 4 chords, I can basically play the whole song? Okay, well, let's work on that and then get more complicated. So it was kind of a nice way to build into it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would hear the shop I worked at. You know who Skolnick is?
Alex Skolnick, yes.
Alex Skolnick? Yeah, he was teaching guitar lessons there at the time. This was after he had left Testament. He had left Testament in, I think, 91 or 92 somewhere. So from 93 to 97, he was teaching lessons in a back room at the shop. And I would be on the other side of the wall fixing guitars, blasting, Van Halen bootlegs, all that kind of stuff. And in between his lessons, I'd go into the room, and we would talk, and we would talk about Van Halen, talk about guitars. Um, I think I let him play my Music Man at one time when I first got when my Music Man was still brand new, somewhat, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Um, he would tell all kinds of stories about being in the studio here and there, and he told me the story this one time. I've told this on here before, where he was at a studio somewhere, and Eddie was like in the same studio next door or whatever. And he went, and that was probably when he first met Eddie or whatever. And Eddie signed a piece of paper for him to Alex, Edward Van Halen, right? Alex gets home that night with it, puts it on the table. His girlfriend at the time picks it up and's like, "What's this?" Crumples it up, flushes it down the toilet. You know, and oh, you know,
Oh.
stuff like that.
See, now I first heard of him because he was endorsing Heritage guitars. He had a signature
Yeah,
Heritage.
yeah, yeah. I remember when he hooked up with them because he was with Ibanez. He was with Ibanez, and he'd be playing his Ibanez guitars all the time. He had some really cool ones. Hey, David Allen Wright. Hey, man. Um, and I remember when he first got the Heritage guitar, he showed it to me. It was like a Les Paul looking thing.
Yeah.
And another friend of mine at that shop, changed the pickups and put in, I think Duncan's, Seymour Duncan, something or others. And he got that guitar all fixed up and everything, and then basically left for like England or something to audition for Ozzy Osbourne. I remember.
Is that when would that have been?
That would have been 94, 95, whenever he first got the Heritage thing, I think.
So that's when Zakk Wylde started playing with him.
No, I think Zakk was with him in the early 90s. It would have been whoever was after Zakk Wylde, maybe. I don't know. I don't know anything about any of that, but I just remember him going and auditioning for Ozzy and then coming back and not. He didn't get it, but I remember one of his students. He came back and one of his students was trying to get him like, hey, can you tell me Ozzy's phone number? Stuff like that. And he wouldn't tell him. He wouldn't tell him. And that's the thing about rock stars and guitar heroes and all that. Alex would tell. I mean, Alex, he's just a normal dude. But people, would look at him and think, his students would be like, "Oh man, you're a rock star. You're a millionaire," and he's like, "No, I'm not." He lived in a small apartment. I went over to one of his birthday parties when he turned 25, his birthday party for his 25th birthday party. We went over there, and I remember he had all his Ibanez guitars all on the racks and everything, and yeah, it was just a small apartment, And then I remember when he moved to New York. He moved to New York in 97, 98, late 97. Because early 98, I moved from Berkeley to Miami Beach. I was working with a band in Miami. And I remember I was living in this songwriter producer named Desmond Child was working with the band, and I was living in Desmond's house. And I remember talking to Alex on the phone when I was there, like late at night. Like he's like asking me what's it like, It's like, what's it like over there? I mean, he was just excited, just excited that I was working with this dude the guy who basically is responsible for all those hits for Bon Jovi, Aerosmith,
Sure,
all that stuff, So I remember telling him like, "Oh, it's cool, man. His office has all the records all over, and every day was a circus. You never knew who would come to the door or who would call on the phone. It was crazy, craziness.
Yeah, sounds like it. Yeah, Heritage is a cool guitar company. I had one for a while. I had one of their. It's called an H 150. That's their normal, like Les Paul standard type of guitar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think they actually gave him his own model now. I think is he still with Heritage? I think at the NAMM show like
As far as I know.
couple years ago or something. There's a Skolnick, his own model now. It's like a hey Stefan. It's like a silver burst looking thing.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, here, I'll find it here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think his is based off of the 150. It may be based off the 157. I'm not sure. The 157 is the custom, the Les Paul custom.
Mm-hmm.
It's got the block inlays.
Yeah, Stefan, we were talking about you this whole time.
September 16th, 2013, Alex Skolnick leaves Heritage Guitars.
Oh, maybe he's with ESP now.
He is.
Okay.
According to this.
Okay. So he left Heritage, and I think that guitar I'm talking about is an ESP. I think the silver burst looking thing. I remember. Did he get his own? Did he get his own amp? Does he have his own amp with PV now? A few years ago, I was at I went to the NAMM show, and there was a presentation actually with I actually filmed some of it. It's on my channel here. There was a presentation of Skolnick with Michael Anthony together at the PV booth, both showing off brand new. Yeah, it must have been a PV amp. They both had brand new PV amplifiers.
Yeah, it looks like he's with ESP. I'm looking at an LTD. I don't know if I'm sure he has an ESP equivalent, but it looks like their EC 1000. That's their Les Paul version.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't kept up with that. That's kind of neat.
Mm-hmm.
The AS1.
Brick Breaker. I have not read the Vintage Guitar Magazine Andy Summers article yet. No, I have not seen that. I'll probably Monday. I think I'll probably have access to a Barnes and Noble or whatever, and if it's there, I'll check it out. Yeah, Andy Summers, man, he's my man.
He's even got one with the Floyd on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Can I do this? What happens if I hit share?
Just make sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't looking at that earlier.
Yeah.
This is a public computer.
Apparently it didn't. Let's see. Did it not come through? I'm trying to show that.
It's just a black screen.
How about that?
Here, let me present.
Yeah, that's the Floyd.
Oh, that's cool. ESP. That's wow with the Floyd Rose.
Oh wait, it went away. Oh. Nope, now you just see me.
That's cool.
That's too bad. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Never tried that before.
The screen share. Yeah, it's cool. I've done that. I've done that a few times. David Allen Wright, that's a Strat a friend of mine made. It's just a custom thing. It's actually a real piece of junk. It's cool though. That's been one of my main. That's a main guitar. It's super light. I don't know what the wood is. It's like a feather, man. It's so light, that guitar. There's no weight to it at all. It's cool. It's cool.
Just looking at it makes me want a Strat. I'm just really trying to put off buying one. I really think PRS is going to release a very Stratocaster-like guitar before too long.
That's cool.
John Mayer's already playing it.
Uh-huh.
He's been out touring with it. And it looks to be a bolt-on 3 single coil 22 fret guitar.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I love Strats, man.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to have just one, I think that's what it would be. And I don't even own one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, the lighting in here. Come on. Awful. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. It's terrible. But like I said, you know, a lot of people just listen to this stuff. So
yeah,
as long as it sounds good, as long as the audio is good, that's for right now. That's the most important thing. You know.
Skolnick does not have an amp, according to Blank Palette.
Oh, look at that! David Allen Wright has a wrench, so he can actually put links in here.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
cool.
I've never. Yeah, that's you definitely normally can't do that.
Yeah. You guys want a spooky story? This lighting. Terrible.
There's not a lot you can do. All you can do is block the windows totally and then try to put artificial lighting in there, and that would be way too much of a hassle.
Oh, there's no way I'm blocking this. This is, I mean, well, look at this. You can see this. The sun, you know, apparently the sun starts over there, moves its way this way, and then when I'm ready to go here, it's like, nuh-uh, Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm actually waiting for that eclipse. I should be here during that. It'll be the best you've ever seen. The video quality of this.
You'll have to go live during it. Yeah. It'll either be the best quality or we won't be able to see you at all.
You sit there in the dark. Yeah. Yeah. But again, though, on Monday, the eclipse or whatever, everybody be careful out there, man. Because, yeah, I don't think you should be looking at it.
Yeah, I'm glad you said something because I really haven't. You know,
you've been looking forward to it. You're like, yeah. I can't wait to see this.
I can't wait to stare at it.
You join us next time. You're wearing like you're wearing the shades. You got the stick. You got, you got the dog. You're like, Johnny, that eclipse was amazing, man. Yeah.
Totally worth it.
Oh, that's terrible.
That is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, speaking of the camper, I think I'm going to go play guitar for a little bit.
Cool. Okay. Well, hey, we'll wrap this up. Thank you, everybody, for jumping in and joining us. And I'm Blurry. The whole thing. Yeah. So this has been my daily, you know, whatever it is, daily vlog, Veda vlog every day in August. Although it's not really a vlog. I mean, it turns out to be, you know, just a, you know, a conversation.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But yes, so Monday, I won't be sitting here Monday for the eclipse. I'll be out in Walnut Creek, walking around in the dark, apparently. So there'll be some sort of video, some sort of something. I believe Rob and Chris is leaving, as in Rob Johnson and Chris Hubbard. I think Chris is leaving tomorrow morning. No, Monday morning. So they might want to jump on here tomorrow and do like a wrap up of last night.
I'm surprised that wasn't going on today.
Talk about their jam. I think they're working on some stuff. You know how they've been building the amps and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
I think they had some more projects to do at Rob's house. I think they were going to do that today.
Yeah, that sounded really complicated. I don't know what they were doing. I mean, trying to do the wet, dry, wet rig. You know, I mean, So what do you got to do? Turn on 3 different amplifiers and 3 pedal boards so you can play? I mean, how does that?
I don't even. I think it's like 3 amps and like one pedal plugged into all 3 amps, maybe.
Oh,
Because the key is that Boss pedal. That was it. The harmonizer, the harmonist,
harmonizer. I think. Yeah.
harmonist.
Yeah.
I think it was a harmonist. Because they went and they bought one for Nesdal the other day and got his amp going too. Let me see. Boss harmonist pedal. See if Siri can understand it all. Oh, she has no clue what I'm saying. Yeah.
She just gave you directions to the local coffee shop.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I could use it, man, because I'm not having this.
Harmonist.
Oh, hey, Dave Nesdall's in here, dude. David, you are late.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many eggs because I haven't looked in days.
Are they done? Is that what that would mean? Hey, Dave.
Huh? What pedal is that, Dave? That you got to get your board set up? The harmonist, right?
Harmonist. It's a PS6 is the model number.
It's blue, right?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I think that's the secret. I think
is that a new pedal? Why are we just now hearing about that?
I don't think so. I think it's an old pedal from years and years and years ago. I think it's just because Chris just happened to plug Rob's in. You know, David, you want to call and explain it?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, what time is it?
I don't. For you, it's probably like 10 after 4.
It's exactly 10 after 4. Actually, Dave, my battery is it's about to totally die here. It's at 13%.
So make it quick.
Real quick. Or Dave, are you on your computer? Let me see. Yes? Anybody? Okay, we can go over it on Monday. I'm not going to be here on Monday. I'm going to be in Walnut Creek looking at the eclipse. He's on his phone. You can call me, but here. Really quick. My phone is going to... Here we go. I'm going to call you real quick. Explain real fast what that thing does. Real. Is that you?
You forget. If you want, you can just send me an invite and I'll just come on real quick. Or we can do it this way. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I'm home by myself, but Dennis is in the other room, so I can't use my computer right now.
Oh, okay. Well, just let us know real quick. We were just about to jump off here. Real quickly, what is that? How does that work with that pedal?
Well, basically, it's not just the pedal. The reason it works with the pedal is because the pedal has a detune on it, which gives you that chorus effect like Eddie's harmonizer from the balance years.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a stereo out effect, so it makes your system stereo. So you go into that pedal and out of the pedal into a stereo delay unit, which I have, that PC Electronics is stereo delay, and you go back into the return of 1 amp and into the input of a second clean amp, and that gives you your 3 cabinets.
Okay, and also the eclipse is on the 21st. It's not Monday.
Okay.
What?
Very good.
Oh, it's a week from Monday. I've got plenty of time.
You guys can stare into the sun Monday and you'll be fine.
It's not a wet, dry, wet system. You actually need a third clean power amp to make it wet, dry, wet.
Mm-hmm.
It's more like a wet. It's wet. And that's that funny joke that we've been saying for the past weekend.
Isn't that Dave's new band?
But it allows you to ping pong delay and that balance error chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And it does this. That harmonist happens to do it better than any chorus pedal. It just sounds like an even pride harmonizer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's why everyone is getting that pedal, because it's an inexpensive way to use that type of sound.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So there you go. That's it. That's your next show. I mean, the next time we do a hangout, if you want to get in depth with it, we can do that.
Okay. Cool. I think Rob and Chris wanted to jump on tomorrow.
Oh, that's fine. I'm around tomorrow if you guys want to do that. I'm around all day.
Okay. Cool. Yes, and yeah, Monday I'll be up in Walnut Creek Monday. So
yeah, we can do it tomorrow.
There'll be no.
Wait, is it gonna be just your Veda, or is it gonna be a full blown hangout?
Huh? Tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
It'll be whatever. I mean, this was supposed to be just a Veda, and it's turned out to be like a 2-hour event.
Oh, really? You've been on it for that long, huh?
Yeah. I've been sitting. How long have I been sitting here? Since 2 o'clock. Yeah, I've been sitting here for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Blame it on that Midwesterner.
I actually fell asleep for a while. I pulled a humbucker for about 30 minutes. Took a nap.
No, we're not gonna. You can't be called humbucker. We're gonna call you P90.
P90.
Yeah.
Okay.
P90.
Uh-oh. See, I wasn't joking, man.
Yeah.
You're still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I've got low. I got 10%.
All right. Well, then get off the phone and charge it, and I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later. I'm home, so if you want to talk later, I'll be around.
Cool. Okay.
All right, dude. See you guys later. Ryan, take care of yourself, bud.
See you, Dave.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, Leanne. I wasn't kidding. Yeah, my battery's totally gone. I've got the what do you call it? Oh wait, no, it's not. Oh, I could have had it charging. Uh-oh. I've got the case that has the built-in charger,
Sure.
built-in battery.
Yeah. You seem like you're always out of battery. I don't. Do you not get a full charge every night, or?
I get charged every night, man.
You can't. You're gonna have the YouTube police coming in here again.
Yeah, actually, they helped me out. They actually they undid a couple videos that they thought were bad news. But no, it's just I'm always, always on this thing, always. Man.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. See, that was the other problem. Just real quick to be my last thing. The looking at the Mac, the computer, the MacBook Pro.
Mm-hmm.
It does work really well with the phone. Like you can send iMessages from it, and like any notes that you take or anything, it all syncs.
You're logged in. It's iOS on there.
Yeah,
so,
correct.
So your account is on there. So your contacts, your calendars, everything. It just acts. It's just like another device. It's like my phone and my iPad are synced.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that's on here and vice versa. Yeah. So that's like a third. Yeah.
Yeah, and what occurred to me pretty quickly was, I thought it was cool. It being a laptop, I could take it with me wherever. Like whenever we do this, I wouldn't have to be sitting here all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But then it also occurred to me that why do I want to have a, really expensive laptop to do basically what my phone already does? That was kind of the thing. It's just a weird thing for me. But anyways, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna quit talking. I'm gonna go play some guitar, and look at Eric Clapton Stratocasters that I don't need, and things like that. What do you got
Metallica
going on?
stickers.
Yeah, Metallica stickers. Saturday night, what's going on at the Beane, the Beane Estates tonight?
I think Howie is going to have his W. I think
Oh,
in a little while. I think. I don't know. I mean, it's earlier here, so it'll be light out for. It's still, for several. We got several more hours of daylight here, so I think, yeah, different different stuff. I like the idea of playing the guitar. That sounds good. Sounds good. Maybe I'll do some of that too.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's one of those things when you've got well, you've got different amps and things, and you have that 5150. But like with me, I've got the Kemper, and it's like I could play virtually any amp that I'd be interested in playing. I can come pretty close to getting that exact tone. And I'm always thinking it's like I should be playing all the time. I mean, it's just like a little portal into a lot of different sounds.
There's probably settings on there you've never even tried.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, and may never, just because the way I use it is different than the way a lot of other, it has MIDI in and out. It has. It's a studio. I mean, it's got so many. I should send you a picture of the back of the thing. I mean, it's just like it looks like how when you look at a big 24 channel mixer, and I'm not talking about looking at the top of it, but you look at the back of it where you have all the ins and the outs, and it's what it looks like.
That's cool. That's for a nerd. That's exciting.
Thank you. On that note.
No, I don't mean you're the nerd. I mean,
yeah.
for nerds in general, that's what you want to see. You want to see all the different stuff because it's like, oh, I can plug this into that, make this.
The only thing you can do, like with the Axe effects and all the other stuff that I haven't found a way to do with the Kemper yet, is run 2 amps at the same time. So, like, if you wanted to have 2 different Marshalls running at the same time, I haven't found a good way to do that. But I don't know why. Personally, again, this is personally for me. That's never an issue because I want to have a good sounding amplifier and play through that. Why would I want 2 different amps? I mean, I know why. You get a different sound, different frequencies, but I don't know. If BV Ninja's still in the chat, I know he's had a Kemper longer than I have, so maybe he knows of a way to do it. But I haven't found it. Have you ever done shows like that where you've run 2 different amplifiers? Not like 2 of the same, but 2 different models?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I have. You just plug in.
Yeah, that's right.
You just plug them together.
I guess you go out of the effects end of one amp into the effects return of the other one. I don't know.
I don't even. I have no idea. I just plug stuff in until it sounds right.
Yeah. Well, and you like the delays. You like to play a lot of delay too, so I could see having your stereo delay setup would be neat. 2 different amps.
Oh yeah. I've done that with the Boss. Is that the DD3, DD5?
Yep.
I don't know which it is. Yeah. That I would have that going, doing the ping pong back and forth and stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Yeah, I do that here. You guys have never really seen my desk here, but I've got 2 monitors, kind of like what you have back there, I guess. I monitors on each side here, and I plug in here to this mixer, and I've got a pod, I use right here for real quick plugging in and jotting down, ideas and stuff. And it's cool. Cool setup.
Right on, man. Well, I'm gonna go play. Let's wrap this up.
Okay, Nesdal.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Well, hey, great talking to you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks. Awesome.
Thanks for the link.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, and everybody, thanks for jumping in, everybody. David Allen Wright, Pris 46, Leanne, Blank Palette 2. Look at all this. Everybody's in here. RMG 471 is right there.
I abandoned my post.
Showman. Showman Blues was in here. I got to scroll back. There's been a lot of people in here. Steve Anderson, John Constantine, DB123 from South Wales, UK. BV Ninja, yeah, a lot of people in here, man. All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Of course, I'll do some sort of a vlog tomorrow, but it looks like maybe there'll be like a wrap up of Rob and Dave's and Chris's Van Halen weekend. It looks like something tomorrow. So look for that. Leanne, good night. Steve Anderson, what's for dinner for me? I have no clue. No idea.
Mexican tonight for me, chimichangas.
There you go. There you go. Mad Dog has a lefty EVH Wolfgang on the way. Awesome. Congratulations, man. Awesome stuff. Man, now I wish I was left-handed.
I'm going to end up with one. That's the problem. Is, you know, Nesdal asked me the other day, he's like, what guitar is next for you? And I want one with a Floyd. But those Wolfgangs are attractive. You know, those are, I've never even played around here, like Midwest, where I'm at specifically. I couldn't drive 4 hours in any direction and find one. So, you know, I've never touched one, never played one, have no idea what to even expect out of a guitar like that.
They're great. They're awesome.
Solid, even.
They're totally solid, man. Totally solid.
That would be the other thing, is trying to decide, do you want one of the Stripe series or a Wolfgang? Yeah. And I know it matters if you want the neck pickup, but it's more than that. It's the body shape, it's the paint job, you know.
Yeah. If you want a Van Halen looking striped guitar, the Stripe series is the way to go.
I like the stripe, the red, white, and black striped Wolfgang.
There you go.
I think those are cool. Was that a Wolfgang? And I said I was going to get off of here, and then here I go talking again. The Wolfgang Special, right? That's the one that had that paint job.
Mm-hmm.
That's a Mexican-made guitar.
Yeah.
So to get an American, what do they call the American-made Wolfgangs then?
That's called the Edward Van Halen signature. The ones that have the built-in kill switch.
Okay.
And then these, and then maybe you can see some of them in the background here. Oh, these are all the Stripe series.
Mm-hmm.
These are all the Stripe series ones here. You can see there's a striped Wolfgang on my right. There's two. There's the yellow and black Bumblebee one, red, black, and white one, right there, and then on the left is the Strat shaped one pickup.
Yeah.
Models, and yeah, there you go. If you want to get a striped Wolfgang is the best of both worlds. Pardon the.
No pun intended, huh?
No pun intended to that. Yeah. They're great guitars.
All right, I'm gonna go research those then.
All right.
I'm sure they're great. You know, I mean, I don't know that the fact that they're made in Mexico means they're inferior in any way.
No, they're awesome. They're awesome. Every model they put out, whether it be from China, from Japan, from Mexico, from Indonesia, to Corona, California, USA, they're all great.
Cool. I'll check them out.
Cool. All right. Well, hey, great talking to you. Where's my there we go. Great talking to you, man.
Yeah.
See you later.
Likewise.
Everybody. See everybody later. We'll do some sort of something here tomorrow. Again, Monday. I won't be here Monday for this. I'll be walking the streets of Walnut Creek Monday, so look for some sort of something from there. So, all right, everybody. See you guys later.
See you guys.
JohnnyBeane.com. Bye.